As we prepare to examine the public backlash that Donald Trump is receiving from key MAGA supporters over his disastrous tariff policy, we'd be remiss not to first catch up with the biggest MAGA supporter of them all, beleaguered shadow president Elon Musk, who, as of current estimates, has lost $30 billion because of Trump's tariffs and is now publicly mocking Trump officials. The feud is escalating. But before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. All right, friends. Again, we've been covering this particular story, the impending divorce of Musk and Trump, and the tariffs seem to be devastating Elon Musk, who's already been beleaguered. His polling is in the toilet, Tesla stock is in the toilet, and these tariffs are not helping. We've got some new developments, but I want to remind you of a clip we recently played of Elon Musk visibly defeated, again, doing his best not to directly confront Trump, but basically say that Trump is not doing what he's advised regarding tariffs.
And I'm hopeful, for example, with the tariffs, that at the end of the day, I hope it is agreed that both Europe and the United States should move, ideally, in my view, to a zero tariff situation, effectively creating a free trade zone between Europe and North America. That would be that's what I hope occurs. And also more freedom of people to move between Europe and North America, if they wish. If they wish to work in Europe or wish to work in America, they should be allowed to do so, in my view. So that has certainly been my advice to the president.
You can just see his visible despair, which is always fun given how unlikable and contemptible Elon Musk really is. So again, as media has reported as of this morning, Musk splits from Trump over tariffs, openly tortures his top officials. He ain't built shit. And again, a couple of new shots at different Trump advisors as well. Musk has distanced himself from Donald Trump on the ongoing trade war and tariffs regime, torching the administration's ranking trade officials as they defended the policy that has tanked markets. The Tesla and SpaceX CEO, whose net worth has taken a nearly $30 billion beating, $30 billion, since Trump's tariffs rock global markets, is clearly not on board with the president's economic strategy. As the administration scrambles to defend its latest round of duties, including a 10% tariff on a pair of uninhabited islands near Antarctica, Musk made clear that he had a different vision. During a stream call to a conference hosted by Italy's right-wing League Party in Florence on Saturday, Musk said his advice to Trump had been eliminating trade barriers with Europe. And again, we played the clip. Throughout the weekend, however, Musk targeted his ire at Trump administration officials making media appearances and backing the new tariffs. During a CBS Face the Nation appearance on Sunday, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick justified the move to tax goods from the penguin-inhabited herd in McDonald Islands, saying, quote, "If you leave anything off the list, countries that try to arbitrage America try to go through those countries to get to us." Musk replied on X, "This is funny." So here he is mocking Howard Lutnick, who heretofore had been a staunch Musk ally in the Trump cabinet. While Musk has been picking fights with Marco Rubio and Sean Duffy and others as well, Howard Lutnick has been a bit of a lancer backing Musk in some of these high-profile disputes. And now Musk is so pissed that he's publicly mocking Howard Lutnick, which makes sense because Howard Lutnick is an idiot and a liar. But this is a break. This is a new development. Musk also lobbed grenades at Trump trade architect Peter Navarro after he downplayed recession fears, mocking his Harvard economics credentials as a liability. A PhD in econ from Harvard is a bad thing, not a good thing. He ain't built shit, Musk added in a further post. Musk, once tapped to lead Trump's federal shakeup plans at the Department of Government Efficiency, has faced protests across the country with his Tesla dealerships and cars vandalized. As Business Insider is reporting again, going specifically honing in on the Musk-Navarro feud, it's getting worse. Musk, one of Trump's biggest supporters, has been locking horns with Trump's top trade advisor, Navarro. And again, Navarro is reportedly second only to Trump in orchestrating and constructing this ridiculous, punitive tariff regime. So if Musk has reservations about targeting Trump, it makes sense that his immediate target would be somebody like Peter Navarro. Navarro, Trump's senior advisor for trade and manufacturing, has taken a pro-tariff position. Navarro responded to Musk's broadside during a Sunday interview with Fox News, Sunday Morning Futures. Quote, "Look, Elon, when he's in his Doge lane, he's great. But we understand what's going on here. We just have to understand. Elon sells cars, Navarro said, referencing Musk's work with the White House Doge office. Quote, and he's simply protecting his own interests as any business person would do. We're concerned about Detroit building Cadillacs with American engines, and that's what this is all about. But Navarro added that things were fine with him and Musk and that there's no rift there, even though there obviously is. Before joining the first Trump administration in 2017, Navarro was a business school professor at the University of California. The 75-year-old is one of the few officials Trump brought back to serve in his second term. The beef between two of Trump's most high-profile advisors escalated on Monday. Quote, he's not a car manufacturer. He's a car assembler in many ways, Navarro said of Musk in an interview with CNBC, adding that Tesla sources car parts from countries outside the U.S. Navarro's comments come after Musk posted a video of the legendary economist Milton Friedman discussing the importance of free markets in an apparent criticism of the U.S. tariffs. So, and again, it goes into the clip that we played at the very beginning. Musk, a major Trump backer, now spearheads cost-cutting efforts with Doge, and it seems Trump world is keen to have him remain in the president's orbit. On Thursday, J.D. Vance said in an interview that Musk would stay an advisor even after completing his work with Doge. So again, even though Elon Musk is going to be leaving the day-to-day operations of the Trump administration, he's going to remain an informal advisor, again, which makes sense. He's the world's richest man. He's a right-wing conspiracy theorist and a right-wing radical, and the Republican Party writ large would be fools to distance himself from Musk too much, even though he's political dynamite, I guess I would say. He's incredibly unpopular and increasingly so. But if they move too far away from him, then it's entirely possible that they'll lack his money and his social media benefit. So they have to walk a tightrope there. It makes sense that Trump wants to put some distance between him and Musk, but not too much, okay? Just enough distance to avoid the political backlash, but close enough to maintain the political benefit, or at least the campaign finance benefit. The Guardian has a really good article, speaking of Elon Musk, about which Trump-supporting billionaires have lost the most in tariff markets turmoil. With global stock markets reeling from Trump's announcement of sweeping border taxes, some of the U.S. president's business allies have been left counting the cost. The world's 500 richest people have lost a collective $536 billion in the first 2 days of the stock market trading after Trump's Liberation Day announcement last Wednesday. It was the biggest 2-day loss of wealth ever recorded by Bloomberg's Billionaire Index. Within that, a coterie of tycoons who have supported Trump or attended his inauguration in January have seen their wealth shrink. Here we look at the 4 who have been hit the worst by the market turmoil, and one billionaire still riding high this year. Elon Musk, the world's richest man and chief executive of Tesla, has taken the biggest hit by some margin. Tesla was already facing a potential buyer backlash over its CEO's controversial behavior, and as its shares plunged, $31 billion was wiped off Musk's net worth between the opening bell on Thursday and the market closing on Friday. The recent fall in Tesla stock has meant his private rockets and satellites business, SpaceX, has become his most valuable asset. So far this year, Musk's estimated wealth has fallen by $130 billion, although he still comfortably remains the world's richest person with a net worth of $302 billion. Tesla's shares fell nearly 5% on Wall Street on Monday afternoon, adding to these losses. Mark Zuckerberg, the Facebook founder and owner of Instagram and WhatsApp, had the next biggest loss at more than $27 billion. The world's third richest person, with an estimated net worth of $179 billion, was hit by a plunge in the value of Meta. Its stock dropped almost 14% over 2 days as the tariff war hit tech companies particularly hard. Its stock edged slightly higher on Monday, up almost 1%. Many of the world's biggest companies rely on markets in Asia, which had had the heaviest tariffs imposed on them by Trump, for manufacturing, computer chips, and IT services. Zuckerberg, who performed a remarkable Trump pivot of Meta weeks before Trump took office, has seen more than $28 billion wiped off his personal fortune so far, so $3 billion short of Musk's record. The Amazon founder and Washington Post owner had the next biggest 2-day loss at $23.5 billion. Bezos, the world's second richest person, with a net worth estimated at $193 billion, has seen $45 billion wiped off his fortune so far this year. Not just because of these tariffs, but collectively this year, so considerably less than Musk. So, yeah, Donald Trump's tariffs are punishing some of his top donors and some of his most wealthy political backers, which I think is hilarious. But again, we'll get into the consequences that other key MAGA supporters are faced with and their backlash against Trump. But I want to close on Elon Musk once again, which is House Democrats, who are in the minority and have limited investigatory power, are launching a probe into Musk's conflict of interest, it's been reported. House Democrats on Monday launched an investigation into potential conflicts of interest between NASA, and Elon Musk, who has inserted himself into the federal government under Trump. The billionaire SpaceX is one of the agency's largest private sector contractors, and Musk has been overhauling federal spending at the helm of DOGE. Representative and friend of the show, Maxwell Alejandro Frost, and Representative Jerry Connolly sent a letter to Iris Land, NASA's chief legal officer, requesting information and documents by April 21st. They asked how NASA is ensuring that Musk isn't exploiting the agency to enrich himself and his companies, which they said would violate ethics rules for his position as a special government employee. Quote, at NASA, where Musk has both benefited from significant contracts and has the potential to receive vast amounts of new business, his defiance of recusal laws and control of operations directly benefit his businesses. The known conflicts of interest represented by this arrangement are illegal and must be addressed immediately. SpaceX did not immediately respond for comment. Again, House Democrats have limited tools that they can use to compel this investigation, but it's good that they're starting it. They should make high-profile hay out of it during hearings and in interviews, because, again, the corrupt conflicts of interest and corrupt incentives that Musk has are unprecedented among political donors and members of the federal government. You think of all the right-wing conspiracy theories and anti-Semitic conspiracy theories that the right wing has levied at liberal billionaire donor George Soros. What we know he's done, based on the limited information we have, is substantially worse than the very worst interpretation of those conspiracy theories against Soros. And yet the right wing doesn't give a damn. Republicans don't give a damn because it's their guy, and they're perfectly happy to weaponize his corruption as long as it's politically beneficial. Democrats need to pounce on this. And I'll also point out, Democrats should make a promise to their constituents, given how unpopular Elon Musk is. Hey, give us back Congress, give us back the House, and give us back the Senate. Trump is in office for 4 years. We can't kick him out until the 2028 election. But give us back both chambers of Congress next year, and we will ruthlessly, publicly investigate the corrupt conflicts of interest of Elon Musk. Basically, do to Musk what Republicans did to Hunter Biden, for example. Democrats need to learn that lesson. Be ruthless, be public, be consistent about it. Don't quietly investigate, loudly investigate, ring the bell, ring the gong, make noise, draw attention. That's what Democrats should be doing with this. And promise your constituents that if they give you power, you will do it. Because I guarantee you, the appetite to punish Elon Musk and investigate Elon Musk is quite high among the American people. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments.